Hi, and welcome to the tutorial of the WantMyLook Customer Analytics Dashboard. In the WantMyLook Customer Analytics Dashboard, there are 5 main components: customer lifetime value, customer analysis, individual customer lookup, a heat map, and the stats for the top 100 CLVs. But first, let's get started with the customer lifetime value. In this chart, you'll see a tracking of the customer lifetime value by period, represented by the orange bars, the total sales, represented by the gray bars, the number of new customers gained in that period, represented by this blue line, as well as the number of orders in that period, represented by the yellow line. All of the customer lifetime value within the time window that you've chosen is wrapped up into one total customer equity figure. Now, all of the data in this chart right here is customizable down here in the input section. For instance, right now the period length is 21 days. This could be changed to 14 days if you want to see a 2-week snapshot. And an acquisition cost of $14 is currently used based upon industry standards, but over time this may drop to 12. We also made an assumption of a margin of about 30%. If this improves to 40% over time, that can also be changed. The standard discount rate we used for the CLV formula was 10%, which we recommend keeping unless better data appears over time. You can also customize the start date as well to see if you wanted to track, let's say, just the holiday season starting at 11/1/2014. A simple click of the Update Data button will refresh the data you see at the top. Once that is done updating, you'll see the information up here change. The start date is now 11/1 on this chart, and we see 2-week intervals. As a result, these two graphs down here, which show the portion of the total customer lifetime value from each period, using 0 as the base period up here of 11/1, and going for 2-week intervals afterwards, as well as a customer purchase behavior which shows the retention rate over that time, again using 11/1 as period 0 and 2-week intervals after that. All of this data has changed accordingly. The second piece of the customer analytics dashboard is the cluster analysis section. In here, you can make up to 2 different segments out of the 4 different types of criteria: whether or not they were offered a discount code, whether or not they were issued a refund, whether or not they accept marketing, and what the source of their purchase was. And you can use this information to compare 2 different segments' customer lifetime value. For the first segment, let's assume that they did not use a discount code, they were not offered a refund, they don't accept marketing, and maybe we weren't sure about what the source where they came from was. That can be segment A. And we can see that the total customer lifetime value from that segment is about $98,000. Now maybe we just want to compare this segment to the flip side of it, keeping refund, source, and accept marketing all the same, but saying maybe they were offered a discount code. Let's see how that compares. We see that this segment has a smaller customer lifetime value, one of 41,000. So we know segment A is more attractive. However, based upon this criteria, these are just 2 small segments in an overall much greater customer lifetime value. The third key component of this dashboard is an individual customer lookup. This is important because we can see a time series of all of a customer's orders and what the total amount was of that sale, not just the contribution margin. So let's look at this Wendy email address here and see what her order history looks like. Copy that. Bring it up into the search box, paste it in, and simply hit search. From here, we can see a scatter plot of all of Wendy's orders. This is a very quick view, especially for customer service representatives to use, as someone might come calling in asking for a refund. It's a quick diagnosis of how important of a customer they are. The fourth component of the customer analytics dashboard is the heat map, which features an integration with Power Map within Excel. So we have a start date and an end date to pick a period. Let's pick 1/15 and 2/15 to get a 1-month snapshot about where our orders are coming from a geographical perspective. Once you have those dates, you simply click this button and it'll populate a new tab with all the data that's featured within the time period that you've requested. Once that data has loaded, you can simply follow the instructions on the right-hand side to launch the Power Map tool. Please note that Power Map is an add-on that you'll have to download directly from Microsoft's website, but it is free. Once the Power Map tool populates all of your data, you'll see a nice geographical representation of where all your orders are coming from. Click on the zip button to get a full view of all of that data. After clicking Next, you can then click on this heat map function to get a sense of how dense each one of those geographical areas are. Last, we'll take a look at the statistics for the top 100 CLVs. Now this changes based upon the period over here that you inputted, as well as the start date. So here we can see that for the top 100 customers and their corresponding CLVs, they have an average customer lifetime value of $477. The max is $4,318, while the minimum is $233. We also see a quick breakdown about how many people use a promo code and how many of those accepted margin. Thanks for taking a look at our WantMyLook customer analytics dashboard. On behalf of Tim Kiss, Jeff Skiles, and Chris Roberts, my name is Mark Stadler, and we thank you for taking a look at our tool today.